Welcome to downtown Osaka, Japan, home of the Kushikatsu. If you're in the mood to chomp down on some primo fried food sticks, you've come to the right place. So I was frolicking around the mean streets of downtown Dotonbori. I wanted to feed my face with a local delicacy of the deep-fried variety, can you blame me? So I nonchalantly scampered on over to a local restaurant called Kushinobou. Word around the campfires they serve up some real nice kushiyage, and I was getting mighty excited to try it out. Now this type of food is either called Kushikatsu or kushiyage. It's got two different names, and I don't exactly know why, but it comes with a selection of sauces and a range of fixins. They also got some fresh veggies popping off in this mother, and I must say I'm pretty impressed. Now this mighty fine establishment runs on the omakase system. So instead of choosing what individual fried stick items you want to eat, you just leave it up to the chef. Basically it's like eating on autopilot. You just chillax to the max, wait for your food to arrive, and then eat each individual item as it comes. So while I was waiting for my first Kushikatsu stick to arrive, I started chomping down on some carrots and some cabbage action. Don't mind me here, people, just trying to load the boat with a little beta-carotene and vitamin C. And lo and behold, what do we got here? We got us the first stick. Little thing called the Wagyu beef Kushikatsu, deep fried to a crisp. And wow, just wow, take a look at that magnificent meat stick glistening in the light. Looks like a work of freaking art there, baby. So after dipping some katsu sauce on there, I took myself a magnificent nibble. And holy mother of samurai dogs, is this the real life or is this just fantasy? There's so much succulent and sensual flavor packed in one single bite, I almost temporarily lost consciousness. Basically what I'm trying to say is that meat made me feel complete. So now it's time for the next fried food stick, a little thing called the Shishito pepper. I took myself a minuscule bite out of that pepper, and take it from me, it was tasting oishi. Those Japanese Shishito peppers are pretty small, and I think the maestro was able to jam about 4 of them onto the stick. They're not especially spicy nor flavorful, but that Shishito pepper does have a nice fresh juicy bite. So after taking a chomp here and taking a chomp there, I polished off those peppers at life-threatening speeds. Next up we got a new Kushikatsu on deck, and truth be told, I didn't actually catch what that maestro said was inside here. It's got a nice ball-like spheroid shape popping off, so I took myself a gnaw and a chaw. And oh my diabetic dogs, I think we got some Shiitake mushrooms with a little cheese action. That was tasting umai to the max, so after taking myself that jumbo bite, I washed it down with a micro sip. There ain't nothing like washing fried food sticks down with a whiskey highball. That's the champagne of victory. So let's see what other kind of deep fried delicacies I can sink my teeth into. Apparently this is a breaded fried mound of mashed potatoes with a little spicy sauce on top. It seems simple and unassuming, but it actually tastes real damn good. I guess there's a reason why people say this is the best damn Kushikatsu restaurant in all of Osaka. I guess it's because this crazy-ass mad genius of a Kushikatsu maestro has a sick-ass secret stash of primo flavor stylings. Basically, the maestro's got my best interests at heart. That's the main point I'm trying to get across. Case in point, check out the fresh vegetable zone and get a load of these baby spring onions. Usually in these Kushikatsu restaurants, they only give you some raw cabbage on the side, but this maestro, he spared no expense. He's got some carrots, he's got some baby spring onions, and he's pretty much got the works. Plus, I think other restaurants only usually have one sauce choice, but he's got all kinds of sauces here, all different kinds. And speaking of life-changing kushiyage, I don't even know what the hell I got here, but I'm getting real excited to take myself a bite. I'm pretty much at the point where I can trust this maestro with my life. He's just that freaking good. So I took a nice little savage chomp out of that mofo, and I got myself a nice shrimp and okra bite. And suddenly I got to thinking, you know, Kushikatsu's actually a little bit like tempura now, isn't it? I mean, I used to think that before I tried Kushikatsu, but actually, they're worlds apart, baby cakes. Tempura has a more delicate batter and a more refined feel to it, but Kushikatsu, Kushikatsu has a thicker and tougher batter, and it's on the verge of being crispy, but not quite. Now you can get tempura and kushikatsu pretty much anywhere in Japan, but kushikatsu is more associated with the Osaka area. So if you want to get the real good fried sticks, you gotta go straight to the source, baby cakes. Case in point, take a look at this fried chicken kushikatsu. It's covered in Konbu seaweed and deep fried to a crisp, and man oh man is that hitting the spot. I'm actually pretty sure I only ever had kushikatsu directly on a stick before, so I didn't realize you could have it cooked on the bone. I feel like I'm not only receiving calorically dense delicacies in this restaurant, but I'm also receiving an education. Anyway, it's time for the next stick on deck, and I'm told this item is some kind of fish, so I'm getting pretty excited to check it out. You might even say I'm feeling borderline aroused. And whoa, hold the phone, baby. I just got done telling you about that unique kushikatsu batter, and lo and behold, the maestro gave me something without it. I think that maestro's trying to make me look like a damn fool, but hey, I'll roll with it. You know what they say, rules are meant to be broken, and I think this maestro's trying to challenge my conception of what really is, in fact, a kushikatsu. And after biting down on that tender crab meat covered with that succulent fish fillet, I was feeling like $1,000,000. Something about those multi-species marine munchies were really hitting the spot, baby. And whoa, Jasper, what do we got next? First we go from the marine species, now we're going on to the vegetable species. Little thing called asparagus, so let me take myself a micro nibble. And wow, just wow, I am literally stunned, stumped, and stupefied. This flavor-packed vegetable is breaded to perfection with a nice line of mayo on the top. Might as well be a line of cocaine on the top because I'm now a certified Kushiyage addict. So what do we got next, baby? I think we got us a shrimpy wimpy. Or maybe it's a prawn, not a shrimp. I don't know the difference exactly. I'm not really a zoologist over here anyway. I'm more of a buck-wildologist. So let me get myself a little shio salt on there and take myself a little bite. And call me crazy, but something about biting the head and legs directly off that shrimp's body made me feel like a new man. Made me feel like the best man I could possibly be. There was an ocean of flavor packed in each cubic nanometer of fresh shrimp flesh, and I must say I was loving it. So let's move on to the next life-altering, game-changing, and show-stopping Kushiyage. Not exactly sure what to expect from this bad boy, but I can see there's some miso sauce glistening on the top, and I like myself a little miso from time to time. And wow, I was expecting some meat, but actually what we got here is a little konnyaku. Konyaku is a kind of unique chewy gel made from some weird wild plant called the elephant yam. It's supposed to be good for your health, but then again, pretty much everything weird in Asia is supposed to be good for your health, so I don't know if I can really trust that. But I do like that chewy texture of the konnyaku, so I can't complain. So right about now, I'm starting to feel a little bit full, but I'll take a few more sticks from the maestro, and I'm kinda wondering what we got in here. Is it a chunk of meat? Is it a veggie hunk? It's actually a kaki fry, aka the fried oyster. Wowza, I usually prefer my oysters to be raw, but something about the perfection with which these were cooked up is really making me feel spiritually enlightened. My senses are feeling heightened, and with all this extra food in my stomach, my belt is feeling tightened. Nothing like chowing down on some majestic mollusks to make you realize the infinite possibilities of this finite world. So after polishing off those puppies, I feel like I got just a tad more space left in my stomach, so let's get myself another stick. And you know something? At this point I just realized I've been neglecting this karashi mustard the whole time, so let me get some of that, put that into the katsu sauce, and now I gotta mix it up like my very life depends on it. Now, truth be told, I'm feeling just a little bit embarrassed by the fact that I totally neglected that mustard the whole freaking time, but hey, life's like a shark, you gotta keep eating your way forward or else you're gonna die, so I can't be living in the past, baby cakes. I gotta look forward to the future, make some goals, and split them up into bite-sized pieces. I gotta be a shark that not only survives, but also thrives. I gotta chomp my way to a higher plane of consciousness. Key takeaway, that's a nice fucking allegory right there. Anyway, I think what I just bit down on there were some pork meat hunks and a little Negi spring onion action. But with my stomach as full as it is right now, I think that's cutting some circulation off to my brain, and I'm feeling a bit dazed and confused. I don't know my left from my right, my up from my down, or my small head from my big head. I'm just that freaking full. At this point I gotta tap out, but the maestro slipped in one more stick for me, just one more. There was a twinkle in his eye as he shoved that stick onto the plate, and I could have sworn he just winked at me. So I'm eyeing this thing up and I'm trying to figure out what in the wide world of sports it actually is. In a way it's kind of square shaped, but in another way it's kind of oval shaped. It's got some serious asymmetry popping off, and I don't really know what it could be, so let me take myself a turbocharged nibble. And wow, baby cakes, just freaking wow. I think we got ourselves a bare bones, back to the basics chunk of potato. And even though potatoes aren't rare in Japan, I do get a lot less of them in my diet here versus in America, so sometimes I kinda crave them. Nothing matches that raw, unadulterated, starchy goodness now, does it? And whoa, wait a sec. I could have sworn I told that maestro I was finished, but somehow, someway, he gave me a fish fillet. I don't exactly come to Osaka too often, but maybe no means yes around these parts. Either that or it's just opposite day. Maybe I got a big sign on my forehead that says, "Will eat until forced to quit." I don't know what's going on around here, people, but hey, I can't say no to a few extra fried food sticks now, can I? I gotta try to be open-minded and tolerant to these foreign cultures. I gotta act like a good ambassador to my country. And if the occasional Kushikatsu maestro wants to overfeed me with a sadistic, almost animalistic glee, I'll let it slide. After all, having an American bottomless pit of a stomach is a source of entertainment for Japanese people, and I myself like to eat large quantities of food while barely freaking moving, so I think it's basically a win-win for both of us. But after receiving these 2 Quail Egg Kushikatsu, I had to really lay the hammer down and call it quits. It's not that I exactly wanted to stop eating right then and there, but the thing is, you gotta save some space for dessert now, right? As a wise man once said, no meal is complete without a sweet, blood sugar spiking treat. So I got myself some Japanese tea with a little konnyaku bite and some mango jelly. And after careful thought and consideration, I'd have to say that meal was worthy of the history books. Anyway, what kind of Japanese food video do you want to see next? I have a Japanese curry showdown video, and I have a shirasu don baby sardine bowl video. So click one of those links within 20 seconds and you'll have good luck for 7 years. And as always, thanks for watching this video, everybody. Why don't you leave a comment? Let me know what you think.